here on CBS Sports HQ. Surprise, surprise. I hope you're used to hearing his name at this point. Johni Broome, a standout in Auburn's Sweet 16 win over Michigan, scoring 22 points, 16 rebounds, including 9 on the offensive glass in a chaotic game filled with turnovers. We saw fast breaks. Broome's dominance on both ends, though, kept Auburn in control, being the driving force behind the Tigers' push towards their now Elite Eight appearance tonight against Michigan State. So do the Spartans even stand any chance against Broome and company? Let's go ahead and find out as we welcome you inside our CBS Sports HQ studios. I'm Jordan Giorgio alongside Kyle Boone, Coach Avery Johnson with us. I love this guy because despite a triple-double, Broome still said at postgame that he didn't feel like he played well enough. We all know he's clearly one of the best players in the nation, but are the Spartans equipped defensively to slow him down?
That's going to be the key for Michigan State, I think, to win this game. They have to slow down Auburn, particularly Auburn's backcourt. Auburn, with its backs against the wall in the Sweet 16, they really turned it on, and they played through their backcourt, through their guards, had a 35-9 run. In the second half, that was Tahad Pettiford. That was Denver Jones. That's right. And that was Chad Baker-Mazara stepping up. They were playing not through Johni Broome, one of the best players in college basketball, but through their backcourt. And I think Michigan State, Jace Richardson will have to be effective. Trey Holloman will have to be effective on defense. That is the key for Michigan State to winning this game tonight.
I think Michigan State, they got to double team Johni Broome. You saw in those videos, you can't allow him to go against single coverage. You got to show him, make him pass the basketball. You know what the number 1 stands for? The last 5 games, Johni Broome is averaging 1 assist. You got to make him a passer. Get the ball out of his hands. Front the post. Give him different looks. But just to allow him to catch the ball deep in the paint, back his defender down, and score the ball, that's a remedy for a lack of success and failure.
How do you do that at this point, though, in the tournament? Is that a quick adjustment? Like, how do you address that,
It's
Coach?
a simple adjustment.
It is, okay.
Every team has that in their playbook.
Okay.
You work on it all year, whether it's front in the post, double team in the post. You know, look at Houston. Every time the ball goes in the post, they trap you from the baseline. So I just think they got to give Johni Broome different looks while being mindful of their perimeter defense.
All right, Coach, the floor is yours because we're going to, Kyle and I are going to allow you to take out your coach clipboard here. And for this Bruce Pearl Auburn-led team, what do they have to do to advance to the Final Four?
Number 1, play good offense, of course, which is going to allow you to defend the paint. You got to get back and get your defense set because Michigan State is not a team that's going to beat you necessarily from behind the three-point line. It's those paint points. And that's when Michigan State, they're at their best. And then also, I'm calling it win the bench battle.
Okay.
Because in the last 2 games, Michigan State has 21 and 36 points off the bench. So you got to defend the bench. That's very important. Michigan State has a solid 8-man rotation. So, yeah, while you're concerned about Jace Richardson, those guys coming off the bench are very effective.
All right, so Kyle, the floor is now yours. We kind of alluded to it because you just can't avoid it at this point. You got to defend and somehow contain Johni Broome. Of course, that's going to be one of the keys to victory for Michigan State. But what else you got for us?
Yeah, no, I think in this matchup, Michigan State, the number 1 defense in three-point, defending the three-point line. That's going to be key in this game. Auburn is very good at not only scoring from three-point range, but they're very spurtable. When they get shots going from three-point range, they tend to fall and fall and fall. It's a barrage. It kind of it's in a way it snowballs for this Auburn team. So, you know, I think Michigan State has to slow Auburn from getting on runs, from getting confidence. That stems from Michigan State from the three-point line, defending the three-point line.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. We're going to be locked in to this on CBS. The madness continues as the tournament continues, and you can catch the Elite Eight today beginning at 2 o'clock Eastern on CBS, or you can stream on Paramount+. Time now for Baller Bios, presented by AT&T. Tonight, Elite 8 matchup features a thrilling head-to-head between Auburn's Johni Broome and Michigan State's Jace Richardson. Broome has been dominant all season long, but also this tournament, showcasing his scoring and rebounding ability, including coming off a triple-double performance in the Sweet 16. On the other hand, Richardson has been just key for the Spartans, known for his defensive skills and ability to just come up big in those big moments. With both players playing at high levels, this game between two of the nation's top talents could be the deciding factor in who advances to the Final Four. All right, so we're back inside our CBS Sports HQ studios. I'm Jordan Giorgio alongside Kyle Boone, Avery Johnson. So Johni Broome, Jace Richardson, great options to choose for your standout baller of this tournament. Are you rolling with either of those guys, or who do you got?
I'm rolling with Tahad Pettiford.
We'll accept it.
From Auburn. He has been tremendous the last two rounds for Auburn. 43 points combined in the last two games for Auburn. And oh, by the way, 15 of his 20 points in the last game coming in the second half when Auburn's backs were against the wall. Tahad Pettiford stood up. And Bruce Pearl, after the game, kind of talked about Pettiford and the fearlessness with which he plays and called him a little bleep and said like he plays with just a little swag, a little bit of energy. And he gives them a punch, right? An edge that they really need on offense. Obviously, Johni Broome, very important to what they do. Chad Baker-Mazara, very important to what they do. But Pettiford, the way that he's playing right now, the energy, the swag, I think he's very important to Auburn if they're going to win the national championship.
And I believe Jace Richardson has to outplay Pettiford. I think that's going to be a big key for this game. That's why he's the player that I'm focusing on. Jace Richardson went 1 for 10 against New Mexico. Can't happen in this game. He came back. He was 4 for 6 from the three-point line, 20 points. He's the bulk of their three-point shooting. Michigan State is not a great three-point shooting team, so Jace Richardson is somebody that they depend on making those shots. The lefty, he gets downhill, 6'3". He's fearless as a freshman, so he's the guy that ignites them in transition. So I'm going with Jace Richardson as the player that I'm focusing. The bowler.
Yeah, I was going to say, these are two ballers, that's for sure. And I'm excited. I'm glad that you picked that one as well, because we're excited for that matchup in the Final Four. We're looking forward to it. All right, that'll do it. That is Baller Bios presented by AT&T.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.